With the Euro 2020 all but concluded, England have enjoyed a lot of success whether or not they win in today's final. Wales and Scotland, on the other hand, will have been proud to qualify but did not have quite so much success, and Northern Ireland failed to qualify. So, I wonder, what would a combined 11 of the four nations look like for those players who weren't selected for the Euro? Would it be entirely made up of England players, or would it be a bit more mixed? Let's find out. So, first of all, I'd like to say that I am Welsh, and I've tried my best not to have any bias in the team selection. So, let's get started. To make this lineup, I'm using buildlineup.com. Now, starting off with goalkeeper, the obvious choices are Dean Henderson and Nick Pope, who were not selected for England's Euro campaign. I'm going to give Nick Pope the nod. Next, we move on to left back, and Northern Ireland actually have a decent selection available at left back in either Stuart Dallas or Jamal Lewis. And for this position, I'm going to give the nod to Jamal Lewis as he's the more comfortable at left back. Right back should be a much more obvious choice, with only one player being shortlisted as the obvious choice for myself. After missing the Euro due to injury, of course, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. The centre-back pairing didn't give me too much of a headache, as there were two that stood out that were easily getting to the other nations, and that is Michael Keane and Eric Dyer. Left midfield, however, was a more tricky selection, with three names on my shortlist. I have James Maddison, Ashley Barnes or Jesse Lingard, and after a brilliant Premier League season, I'm going to give Jesse Lingard the nod. Right midfield, however, was also pretty tricky, and I have two names on my shortlist with Stuart Dallas or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And with 5 England players already in the lineup and a brilliant Premier League campaign for Stuart Dallas, he's going to make my team. On one side of centre midfield is an obvious choice, perhaps surprisingly not getting called up for England's Euro campaign, it's James Ward-Prowse. And on the other side of centre midfield is a battle between two Spurs midfielders, in Harry Winks or Dele Alli. And to give my team a little bit of defensive depth, I'm going with Harry Winks. Up front, one choice is rather obvious, with semi-retired Jamie Vardy, if this qualifies in the team selection. You can decide. And if Jamie Vardy doesn't qualify, there are two other candidates for striker that I would like to nominate. Either Danny Ings or Ollie Watkins, and with Jamie Vardy, my choice selection is Danny Ings. In my opinion, this is a fine team selection to enter the Euro campaign, and I would expect this team to reach perhaps the quarterfinals or even possibly the semi-finals. However, surprisingly, 9 out of 11 of the players are from England. Please let me know your thoughts on this team and how far you think this team would progress through the Euros. Thank you for watching.